MovieWeb.com.
In the FBI's cybercrime division,
Busy night for the bad guys?
Even busier night for us.
they can catch any criminal with the touch of a button.
You got him now.
We need you to knock down a door for us.
Move in! Freeze, police!
The suspect's in custody.
Good work.
Hi, Mommy. Did you need bad guys?
One? Just one.
But nothing prepared them for
Hey,
this.
check out this tip we got about our website.
Is this real?
We're streaming live.
Just when you thought you'd seen it all.
Well, no, there was a scene that I thought was one of the coolest scenes in the movie is where you two are laying in bed together. And I'm wondering, it's not a sex scene and there's not really a relationship hinted at. And I'm wondering what that scene says about your character and his character. I mean, what you got out of that scene.
Well, I mean, this is a situation where a travesty has just occurred and there's profound mourning going on. And, you know, my character is basically in the fetal position, in shock, trying to not only recover from her emotional state, but try to work out the next step in solving the crime and the mystery of what's going on. So, yeah, sex was never an option, and I have to tell you, in character or out, if he had propositioned me, he'd have been out because it would be so inappropriate. I mean, on every level, but thanks for the thought.
Well, no, I thought it was a more realistic scene. And
Absolutely.
Crime thrillers like this, you usually see the sex scene, and I thought that was a really cool scene.
Thank you for noticing, because, you know, I know the proximity was alluding to almost an homage to other films where that might have gone on, and we don't do that anymore because this is the modern thriller where people are more realistic, I'm hoping.
You see that box? We think it regulates the amount of fluid going into the victim.
I think those bags have some sort of anticoagulant in them.
Got a list of them right here. The most common is heparin. You get the dose right, you save a life. Wrong, you got yourself a hemophilia.
So the more people who visit the site, the more the drug is released, and the faster he bleeds.
That's right.
Okay, I've got the who is. Comes back Blue Sky ISP.
Username and password, please.
Coming to you now. Chang's restaurant.
He hacked into their site?
No, half the office eats there. He's messing with us. He wanted us to find this. Who the hell is this guy?
But I'm wondering if you can kind of tell me or describe in your own words your relationship with Colin Hanks in this film, because it almost seems a little off at the beginning, and I'm just wondering what your take on it is.
You're the first person to ask that. Good for you. Eric Box is thrown into this world, this cyber world, out of nowhere. I mean, they need people on the street and the footwork help, so they bring in the Portland PD. And Colin's character sort of, you know, in a really, as much as we could get into it, sort of like puts his arm around me a little bit. He says, you know, listen, guy, I know you're uncomfortable here. I'm gonna try to make you, you know, as comfortable as possible. So, and that wasn't in the script. You know, that was just just all coming out through the character. Yeah.
Did you have any reservations about doing away with Colin Hanks?
Oh no, he's a punk.
In real life, he's a punk?
He's a punk.
Oh,
I would do away with him anytime I try to do away with him every day. I just didn't. No, I mean, he was, you know, the reason for casting Colin in this movie was that he has a certain lovely, boyish, innocent quality to him, and there's a real sparkle to him, and I like the idea of pairing him and Diane, because it's almost like she could be a mother figure for him, and he could be the son she didn't have, and there was a kind of safe partnership there. So it was, and then I knew, you know, once things began to move in an unhealthy direction for him, that it would really grip her in a profound way, and that was a reason.
Mom, there's a video of our house on the computer.
Watch whatever you want, honey. I'll be right out.
Hey, Griff. Morning. Annie! Annie!
Mom?
Well, you worked with Jane Brillhart, and I'm wondering what that experience was like, getting to work close with her on this.
Well, she's an amazing role model in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. I look up to her. She's the real McCoy as far as the cyber law enforcement is concerned. And, you know, there were a lot of elements that I learned from her and wasn't able to utilize because our screenplay is our screenplay. But the humor that these people need in the FBI cyber bullpen, I mean, the stuff you see day in, day out, and the characters that you come across, you just have to have some humor to protect your own heart and to keep going, because you need, you know, mental health checks.
Yeah.
It's a lot to go into the worst of the worst for your job day in, day out, and be exposed to that.
Yeah.
Hacked into my car's computer and my cell phone. I'm on the Broadway Bridge.
Don't move. I'm gonna send black and white, all right? Just stay right there.
All right.
No, your partner in the film is actually a Portland detective,
He is.
right?
Yes.
Now, how did that help out in the process of filming?
He was really great. He would constantly be begging me to go on runs with him at night, and there just weren't enough hours in the day. I mean, we were working obviously very long hours. That's what happens when you make a movie. I would have loved to have done so, but I just didn't have any time. But he was when it came to the tacky stuff, and you know, busting down doors and things like that, he was wildly helpful.
So you didn't get to go on any runs with him then?
Didn't get to go on
Not
any
too
runs with
much.
him. But with the other two detectives that I was working with, they did actually bring me into to a few of their cases from A to Z and let me know what a typical day was like, and that was fascinating. It was great.
One of the unique things I found about the movie is this isn't one of those, like, your typical crime thriller where you're trying to figure out the killer the whole time.
Right.
You reveal the killer fairly quickly. I'm wondering what your decision on that was.
Well, it was a decision we made. Well, it was in the script pretty much the way it's ended up in the movie. I tried with my editor to move the reveal of the killer back a good half hour or more, and it denied us other things, and that's seeing some of his personality at work with one person in particular earlier. If we revealed him later, then I'm going to lose something up here, and it was a balance. Also, I think given who the killer is, there's a certain because he's not typical to people you see in the genre who were that there's a kind of, oh, that couldn't be. I'd like to think that's the case. Are you kidding me? This is who the bad guy really is, and I like to think that worked. So it was, but it was we toyed, we played. We tried to balance and figure out what was really going to be best for the movie as a whole.
Last night around 11, the site went down. I'd hoped forever. Anyway, a few minutes ago, this.
It's the same basement, still streaming live. At the top of the screen, you have the number of active viewers. He's carved the name of the website into the guy's chest. It looks like he's threatening to drain him.
Threatening to drain what? His blood? How's he gonna do that? Those letters aren't any deeper than paper cuts.
No, it's not the cuts, it's the bleeding.
You see that box? We think it regulates the amount of fluid going into the victim.
I think those bags have some sort of anticoagulant in them.
Got a list of them right here. The most common is heparin. You get the dose right, you save a life. Wrong, you got yourself a hemophilia.
So the more people who visit the site, the more the drug is released, and the faster he bleeds.
That's right.
Would you click on something like this if it was actually a reality to check it out, just out of curiosity?
I can't imagine, knowing what's known, that the more people that watch, the faster something bad is going to happen. I would rather err on the side of caution and not, because I figure I don't want to partake in that. But yeah, I can understand the draw. I can understand the incredibly seductive nature of hearing about something like this. Everybody wants to see stuff, and you don't realize that it's as bad as it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Depends. Depends if it was me or if it was me. You know,
Yeah.
which me it is.
I gotcha.
Knowing what I know, or if it were me before the movie.
Busy night for the bad guys?
Check out this website.
Is this real?
We're streaming live. This guy can invite the whole world to help him kill anybody he wants.
So the more people visit the site, the faster he dies.
Oh my God.
Control.
He got into my wireless network.
He's messing with us.
Escape.
Mom, there's a video of our house on the computer.
Delete.
Hello, Jennifer.
Untraceable.